Hi, good people of YouTube. So I want to talk a little bit today about these infrared vacuum tubes, otherwise known as image intensifiers or night vision. Yeah, I'd imagine they would be, maybe on like a gun scope, back in the war, World War I or World War II. I think this one might be from the 40s. I have one that's from the 43 that I got at a garage sale. It's the box for it. And but what I'd like to share is that I've discovered an easy way to power them, because you need a lot of voltage. They're about this one's 20,000 volts on actually back here, and then the grid is this outer body casing, grid number 1. I think that was about 2,700 volts, and then this was ground. And the way I found you can get that high voltage for really cheap is one of these eBay China taser things. They're only a couple bucks a piece, and you put about 4 volts DC, and you get all kinds of power comes out of them. But if you put a capacitor on these wires, and you want to find a high voltage capacitor, and I've used this board, and then there's a couple 6,000 volt caps, some 4,000 volt caps that I pulled off, and I used that on this one I made, and I put it all together. And this has got the tube. I got the tube at a garage sale, and I don't think they even knew what it was, but I got that high voltage thing from China in the bottom, a 4-volt battery down there, and a whole bunch of resistors in series to lower the voltages properly for the grids. That's what that tube is. It's actually full of 5 million ohm resistors, about 30 of them. And I got some lenses on here, kind of makeshift welded this thing together, put some tape on it, and here we go. I'm going to flip the switch, and you can see that it is indeed, I guess you can call that intensifying the image. I'm not sure about that, but it's fun to play with. It's interesting. And that's the phosphorus screen. The other one I have, I think, is going to be an amber color. This one is 4,500 volts. I got the schematic, kinda, or at least the one I drew up, which I was way off. This would be the schematic for it. So I was gonna have all these trimmer pots, but it turns out to get down from 4,200 volts down to 735 volts, you need about 35 mega ohm resistors in series, which is all I had, because luckily up here I got a bag of well, I don't know if it'll ever focus there, but 5 mega ohm resistors, among a lot of other stuff. I gotta clean this up down here. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with just $1 you can run one of these old vacuum tube image intensifier night vision things, and they're basically it looks like somebody marked off the serial number on that one, but yeah, they're from like the 43 era. They're pretty neat. Be cool to have a really big one and put it on my telescope over there. And I just picked up this thing the other day at a antique show, and it's this power variable power regulator, and it's got quite a bit of amperage. I think, let's see, 6.3 volts at 10 amps. You got your bias and your let's see, I should turn the light on, and your 500 volt positive. So this thing will crank out what is that, half an amp at 500 volts. So that'll knock you down. And then here's that RC car I got, and I'm still working on the antenna. It's kind of a mess right now, but it does work the way it is. I got the camera up here on a servo. Flip the switch, it's the microphone. It goes to headphone jack, which goes down to the makeshift video transmitter, which has got one of these amplifiers on there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, you get one of those amplifiers, and they're about 4 watts, 12 volt, and you get some TV cables, and you can get one of these modulators, TV modulator, and you can be your own TV station. I don't know how legal that is, but then you can use your TV and drive this thing around. Let's see, what other cool things do I got? My tube amp stuff, just monkeying around. I guess that's my first tube amp. That's a reverb tank thing. I was trying to float a ping pong ball with a signal generator, but it wasn't working. Let's see, I got the telescope. Getting ready for the solar eclipse. And I think I gotta go eat dinner. Well, that's it. Till next time.